So we are returning to Powerwash Simulator. It's really sad that this game didn't. They weren't making money on the VR version of this. Um, I don't know why, aside from the fact that, I mean, so many people, I would tell them about this game, and they're just like, "Oh my gosh! I mean, pressure washing or power washing? How is that fun?" But you know, it's not really an easy thing to explain. It's not moving as fast. Check it out here. Um, yeah, everything's up there. It's where it needs to be at. We'll see if it just picks it up here a little bit. Anyway, so I had left it, and there is something on the floor here, and not that side of it, just this side of it. From here on over that I missed. And I don't know what it is. So we're going to just do something else. You know, I got about 15 more minutes. I just want to kind of relax after playing some Zero Caliber Reloaded. That's a game where you are running all the time. And that gave me a good workout. This is also in the on the KatWalk. I mean, it actually kind of surprised me that it would be, but it's like, hey, why not? It's and it's fun. This is just a very cathartic game to play because, yeah, it's not complicated. It's not, you know, there's a little story to it. There's a cute little story to it. But the fact that they didn't make money on it is really, I feel bad for them because probably need the ladder over here to get that. Because they worked hard on it. I mean, I know it's not the only platform it's on. And it's on. I just can't imagine doing this game with a controller or a mouse and keyboard because the action of moving the wand up and down to the side and getting into those spots, changing your wrist, how your wrist is, that's all. I mean, the only thing you're really missing a couple of things from the real thing. Okay, there's the pushback. If you ever run a pressure washer, it's it's pushing back on you the entire time. Yeah, there's pressure, yada yada yada, right? High pressure water coming out. And the other thing that you're not getting is the discomfort of constantly being wet, from the job. And so since you don't have that, it's just kind of nice, It's like, I'm cheating. Well, yeah, you're in a video game, shut up. But the fact that people didn't really appreciate it, I mean, I've always known pressure washing was actually, a nice thing to just kind of, you can do it, you can go out, you can pressure wash your driveway, and it just feels good to do. You have immediate result, the grime and everything, when you're doing your driveway, you're making it clean, and you can see the immediate results. So it's a great way to pass your time. If it's like hot summer day, what are you going to do? You're going to go, I'm going to go outside and pressure wash your driveway. Why? Does it need it? Nah, yeah. Why not? Why wait until it looks grimy? Do it now. So, so it is what it is. So I can't believe people don't want to do it, but they can't believe I do want to do it. I guess that's kind of the whole attitude behind it. So, and the KatWalk. I mean, I got so happy my Quest 3 back. The left controller went out on it, and it's going to happen. It's electronics, but And I tried all the possible things, repairing it and everything, and it wouldn't wouldn't pair up because it was no power to it. So, and I'm like, okay, well, so I ordered a new one. Of course, if you go on Amazon, they're $150 a pop. Heck with that. But you buy it direct from Meta, and it's much better price. And at the same time, also, but the thing is that also on that is that you're not going to get it in Amazon Prime ship time, right? Well, for half the price, I'll wait. And kind of thinking to myself, I do have the Quest 2 sitting here. I actually have a couple of them, and I have a valve index. Things I can work with when I don't, instead of just the Quest. And there's things I like about it, things I don't. I mean, it's like, can I get up it? Can I get up it? Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to go get the ladder. So this is about walking speed. And other games you walk faster. Like in the Zero Caliber I was just in, right? That is a game where you go pretty quick. You're moving along. I set it for 1.5, and that really helps to make it go faster. It is working very, very smoothly. I think I own Into the Radius, the first one on Quest. I've been trying to use it on Steam, and I haven't been able. But mind you, I was in my Quest 2, which I was like, well, what's wrong with that? Well, it's older tech. What do you do? And it has problems. I couldn't get it to walk straight in that particular game. I'd be facing this way and be walking that way. That way. And if you're walking that direction, you're not, it's not doing what you want it to do. So it's frustrating. So that was the problem I was having with Quest 2. I couldn't get it to properly follow my head. Keep your dirty jokes to yourself, people. And so the whole idea is the best thing you want to do is if you can choose body, you choose body, because there's a body sensor on the KatWalk. But if you don't have, choosing a headset will default it to choosing the body. And the idea of doing this with the Quest 2, I wouldn't think it would be so bad, but I just couldn't get that to link up right. It was so frustrating. But now, yay, I have my Quest 3 back. Controller came in today. Got it paired up. Took a minute, just a couple of minutes to pair it back up. If you want to know how to do it, I just did a Google search on it, but it's handled through your phone app. Some people are okay with doing that. I don't know. Some people don't have. There are options if you don't have a phone app. Okay, if you don't have your phone app. They're not. In fact, some people don't even have cell phones. I'm like, it's all I have. I'm like most people these days. Cut all the cables, and I don't have cable TV. I just have streaming services. And work really hard to control my consumption of that. I'm actually thinking about getting rid of the granddaddy Netflix, because I mean, that you need to give them a break to actually get a bunch of new movies in, because they just get to, they have all the same movies over and over and over again. Very frustrating. Just kind of thinking in terms of, ooh, I found the spot. It's a miracle. It's a Festivus miracle. All right. The spot was right in there. That was it. Man, I spent probably 20 minutes plus on that trying to find that last week. Last time I played this. Yeah. And man, it was so frustrating. There was some sort of invisible mark that you can't see off of the background of the floor itself. But, because usually you can do like you can do this. There it is. You can do that, and you can see where the dirt is still. But no, couldn't do that. That would make sense. Now, normally, in the past, when I played this before I had the KatWalk, this was all done with teleport. And the reason I did teleport was because it made it easier for me to get up onto things like that. And I didn't have to use the ladder and all that. But yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this. So if you've been in the cold snap, the really cold snap that happened out there, I'm in an area that didn't get hit with that, so I felt pretty blessed about that. But again, hashtag blessed. I consider that kind of a real cop-out on a lot of things. Should hold myself to a higher standard on that. I had a whole thing where I read this thing a long time ago about being blessed, right? And the idea was, something good happens for us, or we have some sort of fortune, or we just feel good about our circumstances, and it's feeling blessed, and it's such, honestly, it's a bit of a cop-out. Far away I am from the ladder, but it's always been like that with the KatWalk. What do I actually get up on it? Hey, I can get up on it. Okay. So, but being blessed, and I don't think the modern Christian in the Western world, I don't think they really know what it's like to not be blessed. And and on an average thing, I'm talking from averages. As an example, you have a warm bed, and you have a place to lay your head, and you have food on the table. Hashtag blessed. It's kind of it's a cop-out. I mean, yes, you are. If you live in the United States, if you have a roof over your head, electricity, indoor plumbing, you have all these things going, and you are better off than 95% of the world's population. So, what about them? Are they not blessed? Are they? Do they have are they making mistakes? Or is God mad at them or something? Come on, And that's kind of where I kind of go and say, well, I just want to give credit. It's like, okay, yeah, but is the person who is the homeless Christian? It's the homeless man who you know, is just trying to find the next meal and goes hungry half the time, sometimes has to defend himself from other homeless people, you know, has to fight the whole, you know, the fear, living in the cold, all of that. Is that person less blessed than you? You know, and that's kind of a, it's kind of, it's a tough question because I don't have a good answer for it. I really don't. You know, I don't think they're less blessed than me, and I don't think. I mean, this is where you start talking about. I mean, is somebody who doesn't have all your gifts. You know, your good job, your apartment or your house or your car. You got the latest iPhone. You know, you can afford to pay your rent, and your utilities are always paid, and you don't, you know, things don't go out, you know, lose your power unless, you know, something bad outside of your control happens, weather. And to say I'm blessed, I mean, how does that make that homeless guy feel? He's not blessed. We're all blessed people, and we're blessed with, you know, the greatest promise of hope that has ever been given to mankind. And, you know, sometimes we don't give that enough credit, and we don't view it right. We don't view that blessing as what it really is, the blessing from God. I mean, does God want what's best for you? Yes. Did that homeless guy maybe make some bad choices? Maybe. Is he being punished? No. No, God's not punishing him. You know? It's not it's not that kind of scenario in the world. At the same time, can I promise that? No, I can't. That'd be me pretending to know the mind of God. But the God of love, who loves us so much that he sent his one begotten Son to the cross to die in our stead, and to bear our sins. And, you know, is he, well, you know, that's the blessing. You know, keeping an eye on the prize is real for us, is important. Anyways. Because, yeah, I mean, like the confession here. I mean, today was a tough day for me. My wife is, you know, was not doing what I told her to. It's a little beyond that. This has to do with her condition from her stroke and all this stuff, and I got mad. And part of my anger was fear. Okay, and you know, and I yelled. Should I have? I don't know. Does God still love me even though I did that? Yes. Did I feel bad about it? Yeah. Did I still feel justified? Yeah. You know. Part of it, like I said, part of it was fear. Part of it was the fact that I was scared. I'm scared that, you know, she's having a larger issue that we need to talk to the doctor about. You know, and, you know, losing another piece of her. You know, it's a challenge. A friend of mine, I won't say her name. She had a tumor. And she had surgery, removed the tumor, and she came back different. Okay, and I mean, she's still the same sweet person she was, but she's, yeah, I mean, her cognitive abilities were reduced, and her emotional control is reduced, and you know, I mean, it's a you know, and you know, very difficult. You know, when she found out, if you know somebody is in a situation, you pay attention. So she used the Depo-Provera for birth control back in the 90s and early 2000s. And we just now find out that Pfizer knew but covered up or didn't release or didn't disclose or something along those lines. Oh my gosh, pharmaceuticals not disclosing something. That it could cause brain tumors. It could cause that. And most birth control is not what you would call safe. All right? It really is. Okay, is pregnancy tough? Yes. Is not having it tougher in life? Well, it's a choice you'll have to make. But birth control has the potential to cause all kinds of physical problems. They can also fix a lot of physical problems. Your standard oral, that most women take the pill, it can have some serious beneficial options. It can also cause a stroke. It can also cause blood clotting. So, and Depo-Provera can as well. All kinds of things can do that. I think Depo is safer for the stroke. But then look at this, my friend. She's, I'm not going to give you any information on her because you know what? She deserves her privacy. Her marriage was almost destroyed as they adjusted, and I get that. That's a tough thing as you adjust to things like that. Because that's and I told her she was telling me about how her husband was just he was mad. He was playing the blame game and everything. It's just like yeah, I get it. He eventually calmed down and he learned to accept their new norm. But that took a while. That took a long time. And it's a huge adjustment. So, pharmaceuticals. So is she less blessed than me? Is she? Doesn't she have, the same blessings from God that I have? Come on. There we go. So you ask those questions about being blessed, and it's like, oh, I'm so blessed to have this, this property, and to be able to live the way I want and live off grid, or I have this beautiful house with a pool and landscaped yard, and my kids go to private school. Are you blessed? Okay, I guess. There we go. I guess you are. You're not unblessed. And what about people who are really not good people, who have all kinds of things that you'd love to have? It's like, gosh, I want to have that that beautiful car. I want to have that. I want to have that house on the hill with the view. I want to have that high-powered job. I want to have all that respect it gets. Okay. I want all that too, but I don't want to work the 120 hours a week it takes to do that. I've done that shift before. And it's not fun. I had a period of time where I was a district manager for some retail outlets, and I had 17 small, 1-2 person shops under me, and staffing was horrible. It was so hard to staff. I had And I ended up having to work the stores a lot. It was challenging, and the end result was I worked 120 hours a week. I made a good income, but it was a challenging job. Was I blessed? I don't think so. 120 hours a week. So saying you're blessed because you have material goods, or you have good, and really you should feel good that you have those things. I'm not shaming you on that. You should be happy that you have achieved. God wants you to achieve. But there's another aspect, and there's people who are Christians who don't have a warm place to sleep tonight. And what about them? Are they less blessed? Are they less, are they less in Christ's eyes? No, I say no. I say they are equal to the CEO in the eyes of Christ. And I have friends who have far less than I have. And I have friends who have a great deal more than I have. And we are all equally blessed by God, because that's kind of where it starts to kind of come down, is that the blessing that we get from God is the hope of salvation. It is the promise that was given to us by Jesus. That we would become adopted children of God through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. All other things that we call blessing in this modern world pale in comparison. Pale. They're nothing in comparison to that. And that's where faith the size of a mustard seed can move a mountain. And when my son was a little boy and he prayed for toys, and I did my best to provide him with what I could, but we were not financially blessed at the time. Like many people when they're starting a family, it's pretty common to be not at your best financially. So what kind of blessings do you feel like? I mean, I'm not knocking having good things either. I don't want you to think that. I have friends on all sides of the payroll spectrum, I guess you might call it. I know people who make lots and lots of money, who are very Christian, good, solid, giving people, who also have nice things. We're in the Northwest, not a lot of people with pools, but at least not outdoor pools. So and I think I think of it, it's like when in times of old, in the days when Jesus walked the earth, he was an itinerant preacher. He was poor. He had no money beyond what was given to him, by people, and that's how he survived. And and when people ask about money, it's money's important, sure. I mean, he never denied that, but it is not the end-all be-all of importance. It is only a small portion of what's important in the world. Because with a little focus, I mean, most people can, get to, they can, they can get to a certain financial level. And then I'm at an age where, I haven't achieved, that, Rolex or that Rolls Royce or beautiful car or any of that crap. I haven't made that. Not like them tonight. I'll be honest. I mean, there's just, I have ideas and stuff like that, but I'm just a little too ADD to pull that off, I guess. So, I think I'm jabbered long enough. There's still a little bit of this left, but I'm going to save that for another day. And if you want to see me finish off this the skate park and move on to something else, hey, like it. You like the talking about the talking about. I mean, these are just thoughts coming into my head as I work on this. This is not. I am not. Obviously, I have no script in front of me. I wasn't even planning on bringing these subjects up. But you get to doing this, and it's just your mind starts to work, starts to wander, starts to think. So I think it's great. I think it's good to do that too. So this thing's coming along very nicely. So I'm going to get out of here because it's getting late and I have to work tomorrow, and I have about 3 or 4 videos I have to get uploaded into the system in headsets and things like that, and doing things for my friends. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, say hi. Let me know what you think about this kind of thing, because I don't know. I mean, it's not like I have a Bible open for me. I could open up a browser app here because I'm in my Quest and have that going too. It's not a bad idea. I mean, it's a fun enough game. It's just long enough I could get through a few chapters. So anyway, but that's what I got for you. This is 1023 Culture signing out. Bye.